There are lots of different varieties of kale. The most common are Russian kale, curly green kale, and Tuscan kale. Tuscan kale is also known as CAVOLO NERO, dinosaur kale, and black kale. All types are good, as far as nutrition is concerned. But the Tuscan kale is sweeter and nuttier, whereas the curly kale is far more bitter. And red kale falls somewhere in between. When choosing kale, pick smaller leaves. They tend to be more tender and less bitter. But the longer you store them, the more bitter they will become. So store them like you would cut flowers. Trim the stems and keep them in a cup of water. They can even sit on your counter for 1 to 2 days, or in the refrigerator for up to 5. When preparing kale, always wash it in cold water before using it. Because kale grows best in gritty soil, it's best to wash and rinse it a few times. If your kale is looking limp, give it a dip in ice water to crisp it back up. Want some green eggs and ham? Mix kale puree with your eggs before cooking it to give it a superfood power and a great green hue. You throw out a lot of the nutrients when you throw out the water that kale is boiled in. Many recipes have you boil kale before cooking with it to get rid of its bitter flavor. Instead, try using sweeter dinosaur kale and sauté it or steam it. To give your kale a softer texture, throw it in a bowl with a pinch of salt. Massage it for 2 to 3 minutes, then squeeze out the juices.